Good evening, otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mass Diva. How's everyone tonight? Okay, so I've been talking about not giving bozos negative information. All right, and there's different reasons for that, right? Because you don't want to feed into give them any intel, right? Okay, so now this is just in general giving people, strangers, information about you, just in general. Okay, this is not, this really doesn't have anything to do with bozos. This is just having to do with keeping your private information to yourself. Just a sense of dignity. Okay, this is on my channel. We maintain like a sense of decorum. You know, we like to keep our private information to ourselves because even if you like the person you're talking to and you're enjoying their company and you're becoming friends with that person, or you're just having a friendly chat with somebody or something like that, it's still good to kind of guard your personal information. And you know, we live in a society where some of our cultures are more open than other cultures, or I think we're just a little bit too friendly with each other. You know what I mean? It's okay to keep things to yourself. Okay? Not everything is everybody's business, and I think we've become a little bit too open, and I think we need to guard our privacy a little bit more, because we're in a cyber age where it's too easy to get information on people. It's too easy to get into people's business, okay? And it's really kind of it's too easy to get hurt. It's too easy to you really just need to guard yourself. You really need to respect yourself, okay? So it's not just if you're a woman, it's if you're a man too. So I'm not just speaking to the women today, I'm speaking to the men as well. You also need to guard your privacy. You don't know what's really going on. I mean, you could tell someone in something and they could accidentally tell someone else something and not realize they told somebody dangerous something, okay? It's, you know, and it's not like anybody's being malicious or anything like that. It's just, we need to guide our personal information, okay? Because we might tell someone something and then they might say something that kind of offends us a little bit, or we might feel kind of embarrassed after we told someone something, or we might just kind of feel like, you know, that was really none of their business. I wish they wouldn't have asked us that. Or we might not feel like opening up to people. You know what I mean? We don't need to kind of let it all hang out. You know, I was talking about that in my other videos, and I think we're just a little bit too open. You know what I mean? I think we need to be a little bit, I think we need to be a little more reserved. You know what I mean? I think we need to respect our own privacy a little bit more, okay? I think we need to not show our cards, like my grandma used to say. So there will be people who will come up and they will try to draw our personal information out. Now, sometimes these are innocent questions and people are just trying to get to know you better. But then there are other times where I don't think they realize that they're saying things that are making us uncomfortable. But we like that person, so we might answer the question anyway. Now, some of these questions are not ill-intentioned, but they want to make sure that they're not going to offend us with some personal information that they're about to give us. Now, here's something that a friend recently asked me, and he didn't mean anything bad by it, but I have a policy of not answering this question. He said, "May I ask you a question? May I ask you a personal question?" Okay, here's the thing. He wasn't going to ask me anything that was going to bother me. Okay, but my policy is whenever somebody says, "May I ask you a personal question?" my policy is to always say, I don't answer whenever somebody says that. So I said to him, "This is not personal. but my policy is I do not answer whenever somebody asks me that. So he goes, okay, I won't bring it up again. Well, it turns out it's something that doesn't even offend me, and it had to do with religion. And it was something that wasn't even my religion. So we were cool after that. But actually, the man did not offend me. But he understands that I never answer when someone says, may I ask you a personal question? That's one of my no-nos. But when someone says, may I ask you a personal question, I was more polite to him because he's a friend, right? But other people, when they say, may I ask you a personal question, I usually just said, no, you may not. And sometimes I get up and walk away. But this is a person I happen to like who said that. So I just said, I just make it a policy of saying, I always have to say no to that one. But mostly I just, I just kind of cut the conversation off when people say stuff like that. And I'm usually more dismissive. But this is a person I really just happen, who's an actual friend, so I'm just like, no. But a lot of people, here's the thing, when people say that, what they're doing, not this particular friend, but what people are usually doing when they're more of a stranger when they do that is they're intriguing you. They're trying to draw you out because they're wanting you to go, oh no, go ahead. Okay, because they're asking you permission to be nosy. So they want you to go, no, like, go ahead, because they're trying to disarm you, okay? So, but if they're asking you permission to ask a personal question, you should say no, because they knew if they just came out and asked it, you'd get mad, right? So they should not be asking it if they're asking you if they should ask it, right? So tell them no. Okay, because no, if it's a stranger saying something like that, 9 times out of 10, they're like a salesperson, or that they should not be asking whatever it is. Okay, it's about to go left. It really is, because I've seen situations like that before. It's happened to people I'm close to. The person's trying to sell you something. It's an inappropriate situation. It's going to go left. Tell them no, and if you can, get up and walk away. Just please take my word for this. Please take my tip on this. I would just do that if I were you. When people start off and say something like that, do not be intrigued by the situation. Don't let the conversation get any further. And if you have to stay and sit and talk to the person, change the subject. Just say, no, you may not. You could try my little Dark Bass Diva tip and just kind of laugh it off. And no, no. So, did you see the blah, blah, blah game the other night? You just change the subject, and they're just kind of like, whoa, I guess I can't ask the personal question. They might try to bring it back around and ask the personal question, and you just keep changing the subject. No, I don't answer personal questions. So, blah, blah, blah. And you just, you change the subject, and they learn that they can't ask you a personal question. Now, this is something that happened one time when someone tried to ask the personal question. Then they tried to make me feel bad for having a boundary. They tried to act like I was just a big jerk for having the boundary. Well, it was just this, and da. I go, why are you being salty? You shouldn't have been asking me a personal question. If it was just that, why did you say that? Why did you say it like that? I go, this is kind of like something I don't want to talk about. And then I made him change the subject, and he was just kind of like pouting, and he was just going, making that face, that bozo face. You guys know what I'm talking about. A face an adult should never make. That face. Yeah, I don't even think I can make that face. I think I'm too mature to make the face, and trust me, I'm not very mature for an adult. Yeah, I can't even bring myself to make that face and make fun of somebody like that, even though I'm big on making fun of people. Yeah. But you just like, "Ooh." I don't even know if I can make that face. But the guy was just like, just when someone's like, "Ooh," just. I really wish I could make the face the guy was. Well, I just was talking about this. It was so long ago. The last time somebody really had a fit because I would not answer a personal question. I'm like, you really shouldn't be asking ladies personal questions, bro. I go, I'm not okay with it. And, it just like, they just act so butthurt that you don't want to answer a personal question. And, just acting, trying to make you feel bad because they're being inappropriate. So, yeah, don't shut people down as soon as they start into that personal question stuff. The only time it was okay was when my friend was asking it recently, and it was a religion thing. I'm not very, how can I say, offended by religion, because I understand that everybody has different religions. But I just said I don't really want to stay on the topic of religion. If we can get off the topic real quick. The thing about religion, I don't really want to stay on that topic, and I also don't want to stay on the topic of politics or child rearing. Those are like 3 things I don't like to stay on the topic of. I don't think it's like a good idea. So that's like a suggestion too, is make sure you stay off of those topics when you're around people, because it's you won't stay friends long with people if you just disagree with stuff like that. And if you go around disagreeing with people, period, you're not gonna make friends and influence people. So I would just, it's not socially intelligent. So I really just try to avoid those topics as much as I possibly can. If you can learn something from someone, good, but just stay off that. Here's another thing: asking people's ages. I'm talking mostly a man asking a woman's age. Now, if you need to know somebody's age for legal reasons, like smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, knowing how old somebody is because maybe they're single, okay. If somebody asks my age and you're not an insurance agent, you're not my doctor, you're not like going to cast me in a movie or something, you're not looking for somebody to play a part, there's no good reason for you to be asking my age. Okay, I'm taken. You don't need me to fix me up with anybody. I'm not looking anymore. There's no reason anybody really needs to ask my age. It's not a polite question, and I know a lot of people are curious about my age. I know that's like the question. It's not like I'm embarrassed of my age. There's no reason to be. I don't feel my age. You guys know what I mean? I'm not like old, but I just like, it's not a polite question, and there's actually no reason for anybody to actually know. You know what I mean? It's like, why are you asking? And the thing is I'll probably come out and talk about my age if it's appropriate in conversation. But the thing is, if a man is asking a woman's age, there's usually some kind of sexual motivation behind it. So it's a sexual question. So if you're asking a woman's age, don't ask a woman's age. Well, if the woman's me, don't do it. I'm taken. I still get men asking my age. You know what I say? I'm old enough. I'm old enough. I'm in a committed relationship. Why are you asking my age? I'll say that. Why would you ask my age? I'm in a committed relationship. I was just curious. Oh, okay. Stay curious. It's It's kind of rude, you know. I was like, I'm just thinking I'm old enough to know that's a really impolite question, bro. And, you know, it's like, it's just rude. I'm a grown-up. I mean, that's all that matters, right? I'm a grown-up. I don't know how else to put it. It's just not polite. If a guy's trying to find out if you're really young, he's trying to find out how dumb you are. If he's trying to find out if you're older, he's trying to look for someone who's like the teacher, the older woman, the sugar mama. You know, there's no good intention behind it. There's seriously no good intention behind it. Whether he's trying to find if you're older or younger, there's zero good intention behind it. So there's no good answer you can give. You can lie about your age. Okay? You can do that. You can make up an age and lie about it. That's like the best thing you can do besides not say what it is. I just tell people I'm old enough. Because I am. That's it. That's all she wrote. So, you know, I'm old enough to keep it to myself. So, you know, unless you're a doctor or something, like, you have no right to ask me that. Sometimes I lie and say I'm younger, and my parents like that so they can pretend they're younger. Yeah, but for the most part, that's just a man is only asking that for sexual reasons. There's no nice reason. There's no polite reason for anyone to be asking that. It's not nice. People asking you what you do for a living. They're just looking to see how much respect they need to pay you. I'm the CEO of my own company. Could say that. You could just say, you know, I do my own thing and I do okay. You know what I mean? You manifest your own destiny. The way you describe what you do in life, describe yourself with respect. But it's really nobody's business. People are only asking you things so they can judge you. I'm only just being honest. Okay, I know that's not nice. And I know I'm saying a lot of negative things right now. But you really have to watch what you're telling people. Kids asking nosy questions. Don't tell those little brats anything. There's some messed up kids these days. They're terrible. Don't tell them anything. They're disrespectful to adults. Kids will ask grown-ups out on a date. Kids ask me out on dates. And then I'm halfway tempted to tell them how old I am. Like, no, that's right. I don't tell people my age. I'm old enough to be your mom. No, I don't tell them that. I just, you know, hey, do you see this ring I'm taking? But I like older women. I know you do. Who doesn't? Really. I know everybody likes older women. It's like not a big secret. Of course you like older women. All teenage boys like older women. I answer questions online all day about kids getting on there like, I have a crush on my teacher. Bro, I know. I had friends in school and they had crushes on the cute teacher at school too. It's like, they would say, I have a crush on Miss So-and-so. I know, dude. I know you do. It's like totally normal, but that doesn't mean you need to do anything about it. But, no. So, just be careful. Mind your conduct. Don't tell people things. Okay, you need to guard your privacy. And some people think they're just asking interested questions. And, they may mean nothing by it. And a lot of times they don't mean anything by it. But you still need to guard your privacy. Even if they're not being, malicious or ill-intended or anything like that. You still need to guard your privacy, okay? Because they're just curious about you. But we live in a society where it's too easy to get in people's business now. So that's all I had to say about this. And you guys have a wonderful evening. Good night.